Hello, friends. Once again, I welcome you all to this virtual learning online platform. Presently, we are dealing with a few selected chapters from Thirukural. So far, we completed chapter number 79, Friendship, chapter number 80, Assessment before entering a friendship, and chapter number 81, Rapport. Now, I am going to deal with chapter number 82, which is titled as Adverse Friendship. If you really look at this particular series on friendship, you will realize that Thiruvalluvar is trying to focus and take all aspects into consideration related to the survival of a human being, especially his contact with the people around whom he or she calls a friend. The present chapter 82, which is titled as Adverse Friendship, is actually dedicated to the kind of unfavorable relationship. When we live our lives, we come across a number of people. We have informal relations, formal relations, and I hope you know, friendship is one of the very important relationships in our life. And here, in this particular chapter, Valluvar is trying to point out that don't flourish friendship with the characterless people. This suggestion is quite important. If you have a person around who is characterless, Valluvar suggests that you should never flourish any relationship with him or her, because they will be with you only for the time being and only for a kind of advantage or benefit that they try to seek from you. The friends who count only on profit, only on benefit, only on gain, are compared by Valluvar with the whores and thieves. Valluvar also advises that it is better to be alone than having such kind of selfish friends. It's better you have no friend at all. The advice of the poet is all clear here. He says that it is better to be lonely, it is better to be alone, rather than having friends who will not protect you from any harm. They are like an untrained horse. And especially if at all you are a soldier and you are taking the untrained horse into the middle of the battlefield, mind it well, the untrained horse will never perform to your expectations. You will be fall down in the middle of the battlefield. And if at all you have a friend who is very selfish, he is either like a whore or a thief. And he is also compared by Valluvar with the untrained horse. Similarly, The poet is trying to say that it is better to have millions of wise foes rather than having a foolish friend. A friend who runs away from his or her duties cannot carry on with the real sense of friendship. Relationship with such kind of people will be the worst ever experience in life. So this is the actual message which is conveyed by Thiruvalluvar in chapter number 82, which is titled as Adverse Friendship. And finally, he talks about the expected distress and disappointment in your life if at all you are surrounded by such kind of friends. So now, let us try to understand from the real text or the original text of this poem, chapter number 82, Adverse Friendship. Their gaze may seem to guzzle you lovingly, but let the ties with characterless friends wane then flourish. See here, right in the beginning of the poem, the poet has made it very clear that if at all you are into relationship with different people around, mind it well, you need to look aside and you need to try to judge them properly how they are. Because Valluvar has clearly given a signal that if at all you are surrounded by the characterless friends, you should be very careful enough not to flourish the relationship ahead in your life. And if at all you do that, you will realize that you will be at a loss, because such kind of people will be around you only for their personal benefit. They are generally selfish. And if at all you are surrounded by such kind of people, then it is for sure that you will be at a big loss in life. Another thing, you need to look into the people around you and find out whether they are maintaining relationship for their personal gain. Ill-suited mates who are intimate if they benefit and distant if they don't. Does it matter if we gain them or lose them? In the subsequent idea, Valluvar is trying to tell you, if at all you are surrounded by the friends and you might have developed the intimate relationship with them, you might have developed a good friendship with them. But the question is whether they are very close to you in order to seek their benefits and gain. You need to cross-verify whether they will be always available for you in case of a dire need. Now the question is, if at all you don't have the people, especially the selfish people around, I think there is no loss at having or not having such kind of people. So when somebody is there around you only for the selfish attitude or selfish purpose, then it's better you have no friend at all. Friends who only gauge what they gain, whores who embrace only what they are paid, and thieves are all the same. See the kind of comparison made by the poet here. The poet has made the comparison that if at all you have a friend who is selfish, who is, with you always only for the personal benefit and giving nothing in return to you as a friend, Then such kind of friends are compared by the poet with the horse who embrace an individual only for whatever they are paid for. Similarly, the poet also compare such kind of friends with the thieves, those who are very selfish and steal the things from others in order to grab it. Then the poet says, better be lonely than have the company of those. It means that it's better that you have no friend at all. It's better that you have no company at all and you live all alone. Like instead of having such kind of bad company or the company of the selfish people, it's better you live alone. Then the poet says, who are like untrained horses that can't bear you on the battlefield. See the kind of example given by the poet. It is a simile. The poet says, who are like untrained horses. If at all you are a soldier, you go into the middle of the battlefield during the warfare. If you are riding the horse, that too the untrained horse, now you imagine what will be your condition in the battlefield during the warfare. You are not supposed to take the untrained horse into the middle of the battlefield. And if at all you dare to do so, I think you will lose your life. You will take the biggest ever risk of your life. Then the poet says, regardless of what you do, petty people who can't protect you, it is better not to gain their vain friendship. And suppose you have the people like this around you. What is the use of it? Do you think that they will be helpful to you? Do you think that they will be available for you in the dire need? Do you think that they have the real sense of friendship for you? No. They will never protect you from any harm because they are selfish and they are in your company for getting their own benefits. They don't extend any help and any benefit to you. So there is no point in having such kind of people around you. So the poet says, it is better not to gain their vain friendship. It means that if at all you forget and leave such kind of people, that will not affect your life at all. It's better you be alert and aware about the people around. Million times worthwhile it is to be foes with the wise than the bosom friends with the foolish. You know, it's better to have millions of enemies. It's better to have millions of foes. But it's, you need to be very alert that you should not have a fool as your friend. Right? Because this concept is very, very important as presented by Woluwer. The poet says that it is better to have million wise foes, means millions of wise enemies, rather than having a foolish friend in our company. Billion times rewarding it is to have adversaries than friends who engage only in ridicule. What happens if at all you are surrounded by such kind of people? Mind it well, such people will always create a problem for you. A friend who runs away from you, away from his responsibilities, away from his duties as a friend, what is the use of such kind of friend in life? Billion times rewarding it is to have adversaries than friends who engage only in ridicule. Mind it well. Human life is full of happiness and agony. There are so many ups and downs in life. And if at all, your friend is not there in your company for both, whether it is the up or the down in your life, then what is the use of such kind of friend? It is ridiculous to have such kind of friends and friendship with the people. If a friend keeps striking from doing what they are capable of, make no fuss and let the ties wither away. See, if at all you have a person as a friend, he should be having the sense of responsibility. He should be having the real understanding and the mutual understanding with you. The relationship with those whose words and deeds are different, you need to be very careful about. Because there are so many people, they say one thing and do another thing. So you need to be very careful about such kind of people. And if at all you have the friends like this, those who say one thing and do another thing, then I think it will definitely result in distress and disappointment in your life. So if at all you get rid of such kind of people, automatically your life will be the happiest one in the world. If a friend keeps striking from doing what they are capable of, call them not a friend and let the ties wither away. Bonds with those whose words and deeds differ, alas, causes mayhem even in dreams. Cozy in private and derisive in public. Allow not a hint of a link with such a person. See the kind of concluding advice offered by Wellure. Wellure says that a friend who runs away from his responsibility cannot be your real friend at all. The person who is not having the sense of friendship cannot be a true friend at all. And when you have such kind of people in your company, do you think that you have a good mutual understanding? No, not at all. So the relationship with those who have one thing on the tongue and another thing in their own efforts or deeds, then you need to be very alert. They will definitely result in distress and disappointment. Hence, don't allow such people in your heart. Don't allow such people to be closer to you. Don't allow such people to have a good, intimate relationship with you. So finally, I would like to say, the kind of advice which is offered by the poet is, we need to be very careful about the friends and friendship. We need to be very careful about making a friend. Whether the friend is really a good one who can be a very close, intimate friend having mutual understanding, or else the person is going to prove as an adverse one. Because in case of adversity in life, if such person is not at all available for you or helpful to you, then what is the use of such kind of friendship? So the kind of advice which is offered by Wellure is really very apt, suggestive, and useful. Whenever he wrote it long back, but even today in the highly sophisticated modern world of the 21st century, all these Qurals are equally applicable in this modern era. So finally, I would like to say only one thing, that an individual should be careful about making someone a friend. And especially adverse friendship is always a risky factor, is always a dangerous factor, and such kind of friends will never be useful in our life. So with this happy note, I conclude this short Kural written by Thiruvalluvar, titled as chapter number 82, Adverse Friendship. Thank you very much.